bus ran off the road 70 miles an hour in Utah, ran straight into a cliff, caused a death, and caused significant injury. We represented 3 clients in that case, and I believe that we received justice for them. We settled the case for around $27.5 million. I've handled several Greyhound cases where bad things have happened because of the negligence of not only a driver, but then when you start to drill down, you realize, no, it's a company-wide failure. Greyhound has a national safety director. He flies around and does all of the depositions, understands how to answer questions like a lawyer would answer the questions. And so we have to go through all of the documents that they have, all of the policies, the procedures. And in that case in particular, it involved a very well-known risk among commercial driving, something called sleep apnea. And sleep apnea is where drivers, they're not getting enough sleep due to a physical condition where they're snoring, so they're fatigued. So when they wake up, when they drive, they're falling asleep. We found out that this is a problem that happens throughout the United States, not only within Greyhound, but other trucking companies, other busing companies. And so we have that skill and that knowledge and that ability, that persistence to fight these big companies, to bring justice to the client, and to find out ultimately why it happened. Because people think that accidents just happen, that accidents are just something we live with. But what I found over 15 years of being an injury lawyer is that when you deconstruct an event, you find out it's a systematic failure on multiple levels. In the Greyhound case that we had in particular that resulted in the large settlement, what we found is that Greyhound did not properly screen the driver. The driver was in violation of the Federal Motor Carriers standards and regulations that require not having a certain number of speeding violations. But more important than that, he met certain risk factors that put him at significant risk of having sleep apnea. We were able to prove that he did have sleep apnea. That's why he fell asleep. That's why he drove off the road at 70 miles an hour and slammed into a cliff. When Greyhound gets the form of this driver and it's blank, or it's not all the way filled out, or they see certain descriptors on there that should raise some red flags, they don't. They let him get behind the wheel, and as a result, this tragic event took place. Cloward Trial Lawyers is one of the best firms in the country to handle Greyhound cases because we've handled numerous cases throughout the nation, and we have the experience, we have the training, but more importantly, we have thousands of pages of internal Greyhound documents that show that there are a lot of events that have taken place because they don't follow their own internal policies and procedures. That's why we're the best choice for Greyhound case. Whether it happens here in Nevada, or happens in Utah, states that I'm licensed in, or happens in other states, we can associate with counsel in those other states to help prosecute a case for you or your loved one if you've been injured as a result of a Greyhound bus crash.